Happy Serene Sunday. I'm out here taking a walk. Today I wanted to talk about how a promise is a promise. And I'm not talking about the promises we make as humans, because we can never keep our promises. I mean, some of us can for the most part, but most of the time we can't, because we are very limited creatures. But I'm talking about the promises of God. Yep, the things that He has promised you, that He said was going to come to pass, they're going to happen. And I'm actually talking to myself, but they're going to happen. And it's going to happen better than you've imagined. Usually when God performs miracles, right? Sometimes we can't even see what He's doing, what is happening, because it didn't come in the way that we thought it was going to come. The package didn't come wrapped the way we thought it was going to be wrapped. And so we'll just disregard that He actually came through for us because it didn't look or feel like what we wanted it to feel like. And I've been in that situation so many times, and I'm saying this because the promise is unfolding now, like right now. It's happening like right now. It's not like God gave you a word a long time ago, nothing happened in between, no action in between, and then boom, years later the promise happens. Like, no, the promise, the revelations of God are constantly unfolding right before our eyes. Like, the miracles are happening right before our eyes, and we can't see it because, like I said, it's not happening the way that we thought it should happen. And the reason why I know this is because for the past 7 years, I've been journaling my prayers. And I was getting in this little funk, like, God, you ain't even coming through for me. Like, I feel like you ain't even listening to what I'm saying. Like, the miracles ain't miracling. Like, where they at? Like, I've been asking you about this, been asking you about that. But then when I look back at my prayer journal, and I'm like, you did it. I remember when you did it. It just didn't feel like what I thought it was going to feel like. It didn't happen the way I thought it was going to happen, or as fast as I thought it was going to happen. Therefore, I disregarded what you was actually doing. And one of the reasons why we disregard what God is actually doing is because we just get sidetracked by what everybody else got going on. You know, it's like, well, they did. You don't know if that's a blessing. You don't know if what they got going on is a blessing. It could be a burden. It could be something that they did themselves without God's approval, right? Or it could have been from God. Their blessings could be from God, but it was in His timing and how He wanted to do it. Or sometimes we feel like God blesses other people because it's like, oh, that's His favorite. I hate that term, by the way. God's favorite. Y'all need to do that. But we think that, oh, God has favorites. So we're just like, oh, you bless them, da da da. But sometimes He's only doing something in a certain situation for the bigger picture. Meaning, like, God didn't even, like, God doesn't, He could bless a certain person to, how can I say it? Oh, like, let's see. God could bless someone with a car, right? Could bless someone with a car. But it's not because He just wanted to bless them with a car and He didn't want to give you a car. But it's because they were going to come in contact with somebody at work, at school, who was going to need a ride every single day. And He knew you would be the person. He knew that person would be the one to do it. The blessing don't even be for them sometimes. You get what I'm saying? And so as we are waiting on our promise, talking to myself, as we are waiting on our promises, we had to think about what else is attached to this. What else am I going to be responsible for once this blessing comes to me? Once, I get this house, once I get into this marriage, this relationship. And by the way, why are those the only blessings that we feel like God could do for us? Like house, car, marriage, money. I guess because it's like we all want it and we desire it. And those are great things to have. But it's like once we do get those things, then what? Then we flex on everybody else. And I've came to that revelation for myself. I'm like, God, if you would have blessed me back in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20 with the things that I wanted, it would have been more of to flex on people. Not to flex on people, but I don't think my spirit was humble enough to even receive that it wasn't just for me, but it was for other people. Or I don't think my spirit was humble enough to receive that it's all because of God's grace and his mercy and his favor that I am in this position. And it's so hard to be humble when you have things. I'm rambling right now, but I'm gonna come back to square one. But it's so hard to be humble, and it's so hard to stay gracious when you have things that people want, because instantly it'll put you in the position of like, because I'm here and they're not, I'm a know-it-all, or I could teach them. But sometimes the only thing you could teach them is that, baby, it was God's grace. My steadfastness, my faithfulness to him, my trust in him, and that's what got me here more than anything else. And me doing my part. I often think about, I'm like, man, if God was to bless me with what I want right now, and I had to go out, because naturally I'm a teacher, I'm a teacher. I'll just go ahead and say that. Naturally, I'm a person who wants to, express and talk about the experiences of life to help everybody else navigate through life, right? And I'm just like, man, if God if he gives me what I want right now, I feel like I'll do pretty good, pretty okay. But probably like earlier this year, end of last year, I probably would have, I don't know if the sound is going in and out. My AirPod thing just said connected. I thought it was connected the whole time, child. But I don't know if I would have been expressing these experiences with the most humble approach. And life is not about being perfect. Oh Lord, everybody's stuck on the side of the road. Oh Lord, the people need help. All right. The point is, as you are waiting on the promises of God, just know that a promise is a promise. That's one. And two, are you in position to receive it? Are you ready for the responsibility of it all? Okay? And that's it. I love y'all. I'm about to be nosy and see why these people stuck on the side of the road. If something happened to me, y'all already know where I was. I'm on this road in Charlotte, Tyvola Center. Okay? All right. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.